friends, welcome back. Today we are going to see the theory of experiential learning by Carl R. Rogers. He is an American psychologist and his philosophy was humanistic approach of philosophy, and his theory emphasized learning through personal experiences. This is very important. Okay, a student should personally experience and then learn. Learning becomes effective when the learner is personally involved. So involvement is very important aspect of this theory. Learning should have meaning and relevance for the learner. So without knowing the meaning, learning is useless. Okay, Roger considered that the learner is an active participant, not a passive receiver. He emphasized the development of the whole person. So, holistic development of person is what he emphasized on. Teacher is just a facilitator of learning. Okay, teacher's job is secondary, student is a primary person in learning. So experiential learning is that learning that occurs through direct personal experience. So this is very important, direct personal experience, and becomes meaningful to the learner. See, without understanding, if you simply mug up, there is no use. You should be personally involved in that learning activity, and also that whatever you are learning should be meaningful. Then only knowledge retention will be throughout the life. So what is the key idea here? Experience plus personal involvement will give rise to meaningful learning. So both of them, in order for a learning to be meaningful, experience and personal involvement, both of them should go hand in hand. So these are the keywords. So Carl Rogers is an American psychologist. He is a follower of humanistic psychology. He developed person-centered approach. His ideas were initially developed in counseling. So in counseling sessions, his ideas are mainly used. He later applied them to education also. He believed that humans have a natural tendency towards growth and development. You don't have to do anything, you know, externally for humans to grow. They naturally have that tendency. This tendency is called the actualizing tendency. So you have to remember this word. So the natural tendency of humans to grow and develop is called actualizing tendency. Education should only education should support the learner's personal growth. Okay, learner should become independent and self directed. Okay, that means they should be in a position to make their own decisions in life. So what are the assumptions? Learning is learner centered. Experience is very very important source of learning. The learner should experience anything on by himself. Learner should have learning should have personal meaning. That means learning should develop a person holistically. Learner should participate actively. Active participation is very important. Learner should take responsibility of their actions. Learning should have appropriate freedom. Okay, only when freedom is given, learning will happen. If the learner is restricted, then he will not be able to learn. Previous learning experiences is very important. Okay, teacher is just a facilitator. Okay, education should develop a whole person. What is experiential learning? It means learning through direct experiences and active involvement. What are the important features? Learner will directly experience a situation. Learner will actively participate. He will observe and explore. Learner reflects on the experiences that he has derived out of that learning. Learner connects the experiences with previous knowledge. Association is very important in this theory. Learner develops personal understanding. Okay, learner applies the learning to new situations. Application is very important. Only if you apply whatever you have learned to real life situations, only then you will be able to learn it properly. Okay, example is, instead of reading about pollution, first observe pollution, then investigate what are the causes of the pollution, then discuss with peers or with your elders regarding the harmful effects of pollution, then one must suggest solutions. So in this way the learner will gain personal experience and understanding. So this is the memory formula, you can just go through. What is significant learning? It is that learning that has personal meaning and relevance for the learner. That means it has a significant impact on the learner. Okay, what are its characteristics? It goes beyond memorization. It is not at all comparable to memorization. It is far better than memorization. It involves personal experience. It connects with learners needs and interest. It involves thoughts and feelings. So the learner is participating actively, so he will think and he will feel regarding that particular situation. It can change the attitude of the learner, it can change the behavior, it can influence the future actions of the learner, and it is more likely to be remembered. That means knowledge retention is more in significant learning. It can be applied to real life situations also. Example, what is in memorizing, what you do, communication is important, you will memorize this line. But in experience, a student faces a communication problem, understands its importance. Okay, he will practically face a communication problem, and then he will learn about that problem. Okay, so this experience will become the significant learning. Okay, what is cognitive learning and experiential learning? Okay, cognitive learning involves knowledge and information. It includes facts and concepts. It's mainly related to the brain and the memory part of the brain. It may involve memorization. Okay, then personal involvement is limited. Example, memorizing a definition. Whereas experiential learning, it involves the person as a whole. Every aspect of the person is involved. Okay, thinking, reasoning, logic, all this will be involved. Includes thoughts and feelings, involves personal experience, it has personal relevance. It can change the attitude and behavior, and it can encourage practical application. So always experiential learning is better than cognitive learning. Cognitive learning is a rote learning type, you memorize, you by heart the information, whereas experiential learning is a practical approach. Okay, this is the differences you can go through. Characteristics of experiential learning, again, it is personal, active, meaningful, it is experienced based, it's connected with real life, and learners interests are considered. That means learner is given the freedom. Okay, then learners needs are considered, learner takes the responsibility. Okay, learners will have appropriate freedom, it involves thinking and feelings, reflection is given importance here, and practical applications are encouraged, and self directed learning. Then, what are the three essential qualities of a facilitator according to Rogers? First one is congruence. Congruence means genuineness or honesty. Okay, teacher should be genuine, authentic. Authentic means teacher should always provide the right information, should be sincere, and behave naturally. Okay, she should not put up kind of a, she should not do show put up kind of a behavior. This creates such kind of congruence or genuine behavior or honest behavior will create a trust between the teacher and the learner. So congruence is very important. Unconditional positive regard means acceptance and respect. So teacher should accept the learners, respect the learners and their feelings. Okay, teacher acceptance means you should not depend on marks. Okay, teacher should not judge students based on the students marks. That means teacher should not accept or reject a person based on his marks. Okay, mistakes should not reduce the learner's worth. Very very important. Okay, worth of a learner is not defined by the mistakes or his marks. Okay, just marks cannot decide the character or the worth of the student. Maybe a student gets less marks, but he is good at various other activities, so they should be considered. Okay, every learner should feel valued. Every learner is equally important, irrespective of his marks or mistakes. Every learner is important to a teacher. Then the next important one is self evaluation. Learners should evaluate their own feelings. They should identify their strengths and weaknesses. They should identify their areas of improvement. Self evaluation develops responsibility. That means a student will become responsible. Then it encourages independent learning. Learners can ask all these questions: what did I learn? What did I do well? Where did I struggle? Where should I improve? So he should ask all these questions to himself and also to the teacher. So, what is the ideal learning environment according to Rogers? Supportive, respectful, accepting, democratic, and non threatening. And it should also be open to questions, open to various opinions, and encourages mistakes as learning opportunities. Mistakes are um, never represent the downfall of a student, but they are learning opportunities. So this is the key formula. And for teachers, it is very important to use learner centric methods, encourage active participation, connect learning with real life situations, provide meaningful experiences, encourage self directed learning, give appropriate choices, respect individual differences, encourage reflection, encourage self evaluation. Teacher should only act as a facilitator, create a supportive classroom, and develop the person as a whole. Then the third important point is empathy. So these three: congruence, unconditional positive regard, and empathy are the three main qualities that a teacher should possess. Empathy means understanding the learner's point of view. That means if a learner expresses a particular problem to a teacher, the teacher should stand in the learner's place and then try to understand the problem from his point of view. Okay, she should understand learners' feelings, should understand learners' experiences, should consider learners' difficulties. See, any difficulty is a difficulty. Teacher should not think that this difficulty is simple only, no, like that she should not think. Any difficulty faced by a learner is a difficulty that is to be considered. Okay, teacher should see situations from the learner's perspective. So empathy will build trust. So all these three: congruence, unconditional positive regard, and empathy will build trust. Okay, trust is very important. Okay, that bond between a teacher and student is should be formed by trust. Okay, then there is also one more important concept, that is freedom to learn. Okay, Roger emphasized this: freedom of learning, freedom to explore, freedom to ask questions, make choices, express ideas, pursue meaningful interests, and take responsibility. So, freedom does not mean absence of responsibility. Remember this. Freedom means freedom means freedom plus responsibility. Freedom and responsibility go hand in hand. So freedom and responsibility together, they give rise to self-directed learning. A teacher gives student a example. We are saying a teacher gives student a board project topic. So okay, for their exams, for their boards, she gives a project topic. Student can select a topic. Student chooses the resources, plan their work, and present their finding. So this is the teacher is giving the freedom. What is the responsibility? The project is their responsibility. So freedom plus responsibility will give rise to self directed learning. So both freedom and responsibility will work hand in hand. Then then one more important concept is self concept. It means how a learner will see himself. It influences confidence, influences motivation, participation, and it can build positive experiences. Okay, positive experiences will build a positive concept. Constant criticism, that means constantly finding faults in the student, will reduce the confidence and will reduce the self concept. Okay, I can learn science. Example, I can learn science is a positive self concept. The student is being very optimistic. I can never learn science is a negative self concept. Okay, it will reduce the confidence of the student. Then these are the merits and demerits of Carl Rogers theory. You can go through very easy. I hope you liked my explanation and my video. If you really liked it, if you really found it useful, please like my video and subscribe to my channel. This gives me a lot of enthusiasm and motivation. Thank you.